NFL second week, and we'll look at what we did already. But the introduction, I'm Dean.
Alex.
Co-champion Josh here.
Champion.
Co-champion.
Co-champion.
Co-leader.
Yes.
Wild card week. Josh.
Well, since you tipped it off already, we should probably take a look at how we did last time.
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Is it showing?
It's not bad. I can't be upset. I mean, a lot of those games, minus the Tampa Bay game,
Fun.
Close.
Fun. I got a little dyslexic on that one.
I think.
So technically, Alex didn't get it right because Fum did not win.
He only has himself to blame on that one.
Nope. Classic Fum.
Well,
what?
I mean,
that is awesome.
Yes, indeed. And the fact that none of us recognized it when he was typing it in, like.
No, just like classic, just Fum,
Yeah.
Notice it.
Absolutely. Good deal.
What was Alex? What was the game that jumped out at you from last week?
Oh, easily Cleveland Browns. Let's go.
Let's go.
Like that was one of the most wild first halves I've seen in a long time. And Big Ben still almost made it a game coming back in the second half.
First quarter.
First quarter. It was like, oh my goodness, this was the most insane thing I've ever seen in a long time. It was good for Cleveland Browns and their fans.
Oh, absolutely. I was watching that game. Again, started off horrible, and you're just sitting there. And I was like, oh my gosh, 14-0, 21-0. And you're
28.
Like, no way they get another touchdown. And they came out guns blazing. That was just incredible. I think that goes to show how dangerous of a team Cleveland can be.
I mean, they just looked motivated. Like their defense came out just physical. Obviously, like Big Ben in the center made some oopsies right away, but yeah, I mean, Cleveland was a more physical team, and they just came out hot, like they wanted to win. It was fun,
and they just took it away. I mean, the interceptions, the turnovers. I mean, so many turnovers, and still Pittsburgh got it within 2 scores and had the ball before they decided to turn it over.
I was gonna say, like, going into half, I'm like, oh, it's a big lead, but they got to hold on to it. There's still a half hour left to play.
Yeah, absolutely. So we know how hot they can be. I mean, not only did they get the turnovers, but they turned turnovers into touchdowns instead of turnovers into field goal. But they can cool down just as much as everyone else can. Yeah, so that's the scary part moving in. I was pumped about them. My favorite game this week was the Buffalo Colts game. It was, now granted, if you watch the game towards the end, I think the refs kind of blew a call with
which one was that?
Oh my gosh, it wasn't close. And in hindsight, everything, the cards unfolded how they should have. Buffalo won. But the fact that they had a chance at a Hail Mary, I was like, ooh, that would have been very salty in Buffalo. But they came out, Josh Allen, Diggs, everyone looked good on that team. They're creeping up on my favorite. I like the Bills Mafia.
Good year for
I was pleasantly surprised with how good Washington looked, and I mean, they're a bunch of backups, and when you're on isn't he the 3rd string quarterback?
4th.
Yeah,
he's the 4th.
Oh, is he really?
Oh yeah.
And he looked good.
Oh yeah. I mean, you can't. One, his injury and recovery is incredible in itself, but you just don't lose your skill. He was a starting, some would say, franchise quarterback, Alex Smith, pre-injury. And the fact that he came out, he showed up, and he showed that he can still play. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
But how about Russ Wilson and the Seahawks? Boy, that.
Ooh.
I thought the Seahawks at home were just going to roll and run away with it, but that was not the case.
As I told many of you, the Seahawks looked like they were playing not to lose. And when you get into the playoffs, the Browns showed up and they were going to win. The Seahawks played not to lose, and Los Angeles brought it, and they handed it to them all game long.
Yeah, LA defense of all the games, their defense looked phenomenal.
Yeah, they came to play. It's super physical. I mean, besides their jerseys, their defense was fun to watch.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I feel bad for you.
it was so bad, Dad, that I called Alex. We talked about him, and we're like, what are going on with these jerseys? If you didn't watch the game, it was like they had like a cream white and then like a really bright white, all in the same uniform. We're like, what the hell is that? It was hideous. And it hurt
Okay,
me.
Dad, history lesson.
With what now?
You talked like the jerseys back in the day.
So what they did is back in the day, they were blue and white when they were the original LA Rams with Roman Gabriel and Les Ellison and all that. And then they tried to then when they moved to St. Louis, then they got that yellow tint to it. Yep. This was their version of combining the two.
Cool.
Great look.
Horrible look. It looked awful.
Beautiful stadium. Horrible jerseys.
Awful.
Yes, very much so.
God.
But nonetheless, Alex, you and I starting hot, 4 out of 6. Dad's looking to bounce back to even it out, I'd say.
Well, I'm used to where I'm at, and one of you will squander your lead. There's no doubt about it.
Oh, I know I can.
I definitely can. So it's still we just don't have the sheer number of games. Elsie, can you stop? We just don't have the sheer number of games to make up points. So it was good to come out on top in week of the wild card with 6 games, because now we only have 4, 2, and 1. So we'll see how it goes.
Okay, Alex, start us off. Fub. Fub.
What's that?
Fub.
Fub.
All right, I gotta fix my screen here. Come on, Microsoft. Okay, starting in the AFC, going first, number 5, Baltimore at number 2, Buffalo. I think this is gonna be like last week with both teams. It's gonna be kind of a coin toss between both of them. But I mean, this is the year for Buffalo at home. Their offense looked pretty hot, even though Baltimore's.
I'm so sorry, Elsie. He's
got some scary legs. Buffalo's the real deal this year. They're at home, crowds in it, teams with it. Going Buffalo. Pub.
Yep.
What's your score?
It's gonna be a high scoring game.
I think so. I'm with Alex 100%. I am sold on Buffalo. Josh Allen has been in the league long enough. Now, granted, the part that scares me is he doesn't have playoff experience, and a lot of the Buffalo players don't have playoff experience. And I know I didn't maybe mention it earlier in this session, but those veteran players, you have to take it up to another level to win. And the next round is going to be harder than the wild card, even though I thought the Colts were tough. I think Josh Allen is, again, going to show up. I think Diggs is going to show up. He has a knack for big plays in the divisional round, if I'm not mistaken. Today is the 3-year anniversary of Diggs' Minneapolis Miracle. So I'm going to go Josh Allen, Diggs, Fub for the win. They are going to put up 38 points, but Baltimore is going to keep it close at 31.
Yeah, this one I'm excited to see this game. This is one out of all of them that I'm very excited about. And the two things that throw me on this is Diggs often has a big letdown after a big day. And he had a day. I mean, there's no doubt about it. Let's just be straight. Baltimore's defense is not the Colts defense. And and then what I look at is Lamar Jackson. Holy cow. I mean, yes, he's a two-headed monster, being able to throw and run, but he played so smart. I mean, he played with poise. And John Harbaugh, you can't rule him out.
Call it, Josh.
Bingo. So many of you don't know, before we started recording, we were talking about, geez, we got 4 games, and we're like, we're probably going to have a lot of the same picks. And then I had to say, well, Dad's got to have a wild card in there somewhere. And so I told Alex to text me. I said, Dad's got a wild card. He goes, okay, I know who Dad's going to pick. And so here it is. So Alex texted me right there. Says he's going with Buffalo. I mean Baltimore. 12 minutes ago.
Yep. I don't know. Look, I mean, I was hoping the Titans won. I mean, I didn't think Lamar Jackson looked that good. He had a couple awesome running plays. He's going to have those, but God, he looked just cold otherwise. But that's just my opinion. What does it matter?
No, and what I'm referring to, I agree with you, Alex. He wasn't carried. He wasn't the one that carried them. But down the stretch, that's not what Jackson's known for. And he played smart, and that had that big run to run out the game. And, he just kind of slowed down, chewed the clock, take a knee, make sure you stay in bounds. It was like, and the Ravens, they are the modern version of the LA Raiders, that going out and stomping on the Tennessee,
the midfield logo.
Yep.
I don't know. There's part of me that says, okay, that's not classy or anything like that. But then you heard about how the Titans kind of did the same thing to Baltimore.
Yep.
So when they say karma, what goes around comes around. So
they don't like each other.
I'm not terribly upset about it. I thought, not the classiest move, but boy, was it entertaining and fun to watch.
Baltimore 28, Buffalo 24.
Yeah, it's going to be close. I think Buffalo, they're going to have to dig deep. They're going to have to grind. They're going to have to put a lot of points on the board to win this one.
All right, next one. I'm excited to watch. Cleveland at Kansas City. Oh, man. As much as I'm rooting for my guys in the doghouse, this is where it comes to an end. Patrick Mahomes all over them. Their offense is so good. Defense is all right. Yeah. It's just the end of the road from Pat Mahomes. Kansas City.
It's one of those where I want to be like, oh, man, I picked this crazy upset. But, Elsie, what do you got? But Alex, you hit the nail on the head. Their offense is a terror. Receivers, running backs. I know Elsie agrees. It's pretty crazy. You just can't pick against the Chiefs. Yeah. So I agree with Alex. I like the Browns. I loved watching them stomp Pittsburgh because I think Pittsburgh was overrated. But yeah, Chiefs are going to take care of business. They're going to win by at least 2 scores. I'm going to say 35-24.
I think you're missing the cue behind you, Josh, because the dog pound is picking the Browns. I mean, Elsie, it's the pound,
Is that it? What else? What do you think? No, she just wants the skunk. Is what she is.
I'm with you. I mean,
It's going to happen to the dog pound. They're going to get skunked on a lot of plays. They're not going to be able to put it up. Sorry, Else. Can't go with them.
Yeah, the Chiefs they've got every aspect covered. There's just no way you can not go with them. And well, my buddy, got to go with.
He's so much fun to watch. It's just exciting to watch him. So it's going to be a fun game.
How long has it been since we've had, sorry, Baker, you're not in the same class, but you look at the rest of the quarterbacks, Jackson, 2-headed animal. You've got Josh Allen. He's up and coming. Mahomes and Rodgers, they're in a class by themselves. Goff looked really good against the Seahawks. And then
Got a couple 40-year-olds going against each other.
Yep.
Yeah. But here, I was gonna say, what's his face? Daniels. Okay, I know the Giants aren't in the playoffs, but he's another two-headed guy that has, if he's not tripping, he has some speed that can break down the field, but he gets tripped up by the yard marker sometimes and he just falls over. But
God, I still laugh at that play.
oh gosh, but he's another one. We have a lot of young quarterbacks that are good on their feet, pretty darn good in the past. So we got a lot of young quarterbacks in the playoffs still. So it's cool.
This one's going to be like I think it's going to be like 31-14.
Yeah. Maybe. You never know. We'll see. I think they'll put up a good fight knowing that they have nothing to lose. You know, It's David versus Goliath here. They're just happy to get a playoff win. Their fans are probably like, yeah, we're probably going to lose. I think that's dangerous. That's dangerous to play against.
Yeah, you have nothing to lose. Go for it. No?
Yeah.
All right, going to the NFC now. In my opinion, I think this is going to be a blowout. I got Los Angeles in Green Bay. Going up to the cold weather, Aaron Rodgers looking hot as ever. In my opinion, he's going to be MVP this year. As much as I don't want to say that, I mean, come on. But yeah, they're lucky to be going against the Rams rather than the Seahawks. In my opinion. I think Green Bay, as much as I don't want to say it, they're going to roll on over it and roll into the Super Bowl.
Yeah, Green Bay, Rodgers just has that factor where he's
so good. He's so smart.
He has that discount double check mentality from back then, and now he's bringing it here to, you know, the Aaron Rodgers rate with State Farm. He's just having fun, having a blast. I agree with you. He's having an MVP season. You know, him and Mahomes, again, are just, you take one of them away, it's a clear MVP, but both of them are playing out of their mind. I think the weather is going to have a huge factor because they say, well, you know, the Rams went up to Seattle. Seattle doesn't get that cold. It may be rainy, drizzly, crappy, but we're getting a storm front through here. There's going to be snow.
It's going that way too.
Oh, it's going to crush them. And they're playing on Saturday too. There's going to be snow on the ground. They're used to it. They're acclimated to it. I think this game's going to be a blowout. I think they're going to come out guns a-blazing. Green Bay's going to win. I'm going to say they're going to put up 31, and I'd say the Rams are going to go about 10.
Yeah, and the thing is that you don't see a whole lot happen is Aaron Rodgers smile. And when he's just dangerous, you know, he's just having fun. So
he's not chirping like he has. So, God, I wish I could pick an upset, but
you can.
Yeah, I can. The Rams defense, this is going to be, in my opinion, Green Bay's toughest defense they're going to see in all the playoffs. However, the Packers have a good defense. They've got some weapons, but nobody can stop Rodgers and Adams. So, my buddy, the MVP of the NFL, Amanda, this one's for you. I'm going to be going for the Packers. Packers will win 31-17.
Yep.
Proud Viking, yay.
Yeah, to all the co-workers at Winona Health, Chrissy, Kayla, and Jen, this pains me, but there you go. Go Pack, go. Unfortunately.
And the last one of the week, 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks, Tampa in New Orleans. I think this is going to be a shootout. I think it's going to be a super high-scoring game, but New Orleans is going to run away with it. Drew Brees is last year. He's not going to want to lose, and their offense is more stacked than ever. Michael Thomas back, Kamara looking hot. I mean, their tight end is really stepping up. I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be a fun game to watch, and I think Tampa Bay is going down.
God.
What? Do the refs want Tampa going down? So
that's it.
Yeah, we have both quarterbacks. I mean, Drew Brees is not much of a whiner at all. Tom Brady is.
What?
Yeah, crazy stuff. It's hard because I look at him and you're spot on, Alex. The Saints offense, if you just look offense to offense, Saints offense is stacked. Kamara is playing out of his mind. I was gonna say Michael Thomas, good, bad.
Michael Thomas, you know.
Yeah, he's back. But this is where you and I are gonna differ.
Wait. Okay, Google. Stop.
This is where you and I will differ. I love Drew Brees. I love the Saints. They're fantastic. It's gonna be in New Orleans, but Tom Brady does what Tom Brady does best, and he wins in the postseason. He's got
why he's the GOAT.
He's clicking with all of his receivers. Their running back game is going well. They don't have the weapons, not nearly the weapons as Latavius Murray and Kamara with the Saints. But Tom Brady, it's going to be in a dome, so weather's out of the effect. Tom Brady's going to freaking bring it. I think their young defense is going to step up. I think Tom Brady will beat Drew Brees in a shootout. It's going to be 24-21 Tampa Bay.
That low scoring, huh?
Wow.
We'll see.
So is Michael Thomas, is he back?
He was playing last week.
Okay, scored a touchdown last week.
So I know
Lay
who
on the
I
knowledge
want.
for me, Dad.
I know who I want. And I really would like the Saints to win. Kamara is everything. I don't think the Saints defense is where it should be. Bucks defense can be super good, but they make young mistakes because there's some young players. Fournette, nice running back. And are there any better three wide receivers in the league than what Tampa Bay has?
Mike Evans, Gronk. I mean,
yeah. So
Godwin's looking damn good.
Who do I go with? And oh goodness, I could flip the coin. Sorry, Drew. I gotta go with the GOAT, and Tampa Bay will eke this one out 28-27.
Yeah, it's just I want both of them to win because
I know
I'm such a bandwagon Saints fan. I love Drew Brees. He's awesome. He plays with fire. But when you hear like Tom Brady mic'd up on the sidelines, that guy is 100 miles per hour from kickoff to the end of the game. He just is insane on the sidelines.
And like, I know I'm regretting not going with Tampa Bay already, but then when I go with Tampa Bay, I'm like, oh, but you know,
The same.
I mean, he's the GOAT for the reason. I can totally see Tampa Bay winning. So,
but I bet you if Dad typed in their stats and everything, I guarantee the algorithm would have said probably the Saints at home. But I'm going strictly off of my gut. I rode Tom Brady and Mike Evans in fantasy. Granted, I was playing in the toilet bowl, but in the toilet bowl,
what? Alvin Kamara.
He showed up as long as Alvin Kamara did too. So, yeah, this game's going to be insane. I'm very excited to see it. I don't want to see either one of them lose, but I'm sticking with my pick with Tampa Bay.
Well, and Bruce Arians, I mean, you know, talk about how can you not like Bruce? I mean, he is just a calm grandpa. Nothing gets him flustered. Everybody loves to play for him. Yeah, and definitely
Bit of a better fit there than in Arizona.
Okay, well, let's take a look at what we got here.
And not to mention Antoine Winfield Jr. on the defense, up for defensive rookie.
Alex, can I have Tampa Bay winning, please?
I put it in there. Oh, I just didn't. My bad. There you go.
So here we are. Fob it is.
Yeah, I mean, I had to throw it in there. Why not? Let's just keep her going.
Worked well for the first time.
Oh gosh, that's awesome. Now
so we got some different picks finally.
Which I mean, the last game. Either way,
we'll see.
I am if it if they had a full house, if it was regular world, that Green Bay game would have been at night.
Yeah.
Oh, it would be, of course. Outside in January?
Yeah.
Yeah. And plus, without the fans, that would play a huge factor in New Orleans as well.
Yes. That's what I thought you were going to say down in New Orleans. If they had a packed house there, man.
That does change a lot of things. But without that insane full packed house, it's going to be quiet. It's not going to be as difficult to run up the score. Now, the Bears obviously can't score on anyone.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay is going to put up some points.
One last fun, almost full week of football. So,
and then withdrawals.
That's right. So here we go. This is going to be a big week because after this, there will
be a leader.
There's only going to be 3 games, and if I do well, I may just play strictly defense and try to run away with this because this carries over. We're going to have overall champion.
There should be the pick should be sealed before we start. Ha ha.
Oh, that would not be cool. No, I wouldn't do that. That's not fun for competition or all of us. Unless if I go 4 for 4, then see ya.
Yeah, then. Well, Josh, bring us in.
Bring it on in. Here we go. Divisional round. Sports Dolls on 3. 1, 2, 3. Sports Dolls.